students should work on their career plans from day one. The second they step foot on campus, they can start working on their career plans.
It's important for you to start networking right now with people in your immediate community, where you live, where you're from, and start thinking right now, right after this class, you start writing down things about home, in the banking community, people that your father knows, people that your mother knows, people that your aunt or uncle know, people within the ward who have an affiliation with something that just might help you down the road in your achievement for some success.
With networking, I believe you're connected to more people than you realize, and you could probably pick anybody in the world and be able to connect with them within 6 people. But the trick is to open your mouth and start asking. Just by asking questions and talking to people, you'll be able to find a connection to somewhere, even if it's just, does anybody know somebody hiring an engineer in San Diego? Within 6 people, you probably find somebody that knows somebody that can get you into that industry.
And I remember for me personally, it came about, there was a breakout session in the Marriott School. One of the guys that presented introduced himself as the Chief Financial Officer for a company called Corporate Alliance. And in my mind, I made a connection. I was like, hey, I have a buddy who I was performing with in the Young Ambassadors who works there now. Like, maybe if I go introduce myself and say that I know him, it'll be a good icebreaker. So I went up, introduced myself, threw out my friend's name, and this guy's face just lights up like, yes, I know him, I love him, tell me about yourself. Then mentioned I was on the Young Ambassadors. We made another connection, and one thing led to another, and I eventually landed my first internship as a result of meeting this gentleman.
Be open and honest with them, kind, but to the point, and actually let them know your intentions. That is not using. They understand the process of networking, and they're going to welcome that kind of integrity, that type of open honesty. And you can do that with any number of people at once.
Social networks are a great way to find jobs. LinkedIn is probably the one that students have heard a lot about but don't know a lot about. It's a great way to connect with people across the board in business. But even if you're not into LinkedIn, if you're just on Facebook right now, consider if you were to throw out a crowdsource on Facebook and say, hey everybody, I'm looking for a summer job in this industry. Does anybody know of something? If you have 500 friends on Facebook and 10% of them respond, that's 50 responses. And then if 10% of them have an actual lead for you, that's 5 leads. So just by accessing the network you have, your Facebook, your friends and family, and utilizing social media that way, you're going to find opportunities that you probably wouldn't have known about any other way.